this working here? Okay, there we go. Hello there. I'm Jeffrey Kraft, and I'm kind of the host and executive producer of this show we have here. It's called The Complete Painter. So I'm just going to kind of ad-lib something, and we'll make it short and sweet so you can get back to your business. If you don't know who we are, and why we're even around, our video that's kind of our About Us video called The Complete Painter A to Z will explain everything we do and kind of what our whole purpose is. I strongly recommend seeing that, and that pretty much explains everything we're doing in a nutshell. But for right now, we're doing a painting show, mainly teaching how to paint, but we want something to be a little more meaningful and also a lot more helpful for people that are really sincere about wanting to learn something like this themselves, more self-educated painters. But in the process, we ended up going out and learning about different subjects and researching things in order to learn more how to do these paintings. And we end up, finding that almost as interesting as the painting itself. And we meet a lot of people, a lot of interesting people, go to interesting places, and we want to do a lot more of that, start traveling the country. And it makes the show that much more entertaining and educational and just fun to watch as well. And it makes the painting, which is kind of the end result, a little more meaningful as well, because we know about the subject that we're painting a little better. So you don't have to be necessarily a painter to maybe enjoy this or benefit from it. We're also trying to benefit a lot of our guests that are kind enough to participate and contribute as well. We even have guest musicians. We're trying to let people hear music that they never would hear otherwise, helping out the environment, and just all kinds of neat stuff. They're keeping traditions alive and so forth, and honoring other people. We have World War II shows, and we get to talk with actual vets that flew in planes and things like that, and get some one-on-one. And then we try to dedicate something to them and their experience by making a painting out of it. And that's kind of the end goal. But we're really trying to keep this commercial free, not get into that. I could have gone in that direction, and I decided not to, and have shows that are uninterrupted. So this is more for public broadcasting. And we're more self-funded too for right now. We're trying to keep it more viewer-based, where we don't have outside influences, including TV stations. So we're trying to be more independent in that regard. But the problem is trying to afford to do this is not easy. So that's where we need you. That's why I'm on here. We've filmed for quite a few years, got a lot of equipment and all that kind of stuff. But it's really, we're down to the last wire here. We're about ready to try to get our first season on the air, and we have other seasons in the can, you might say, as well. But we're almost pretty much out of money to keep this going, and we're just about ready to start distribution, but that costs money. Even the closed captioning, you gotta pay for that. And so any kind of donation or contribution, and really we sell products, so just buy a product, there's your donation. I also have artwork for sale, which will have at generous discounts. We're just trying to get this show on the air. That's more important than making a ton of money from this. People can do other things for that.
To be a curator in an art museum, you need to have at least a master's in art history and a PhD in a large museum like the Art Institute of Chicago.
In some cases, you would see the pins in a rough. You could they'd actually do it. It was that detailed.
I guess the clothes themselves were very important, much more than they are today. What you actually wear, right? And it's something to do with your status in society. Right?
Absolutely. The society of the time was very stratified. You had your place in society, and there wasn't a lot of movement between those places. But then again, it was where you were supposed to be.
So I hope you enjoy our program, and if you'd like to see this in your city, be sure to write us too and tell us what station you have in your area. It would be a public broadcasting station. That's where we're going to have this broadcast. So let us know where you're at. Pound your the general manager there, program manager. They're the one that decide what plays in your area, and tell them, request a show, and that we'd like to get it all over the country if we can, for free, without commercials, for everyone. Okay? So I thank you for watching. All right.